Okay, this is the schools and groups video for the Ultimate Lit Crit Study Guide series. Okay, starting off with the Cockney School. They're a group of poets and essayists writing in England in the 2nd and 3rd decades of the 19th century. The most important include John Keats, Percy Shelley, and Mary Shelley. And then the rest of the members are William Hazlitt and the artist Benjamin Robert Hayden. Okay, the Satanic School. Their productions were characterized by a satanic spirit of pride and audacious impiety. The members are Lord Byron and Percy Shelley. Fireside Poets, aka the schoolroom or household poets, were a group of 19th century American poets associated with New England. They're very popular among readers and critics both in the US and overseas. They studied domestic themes and messages of morality. Most important members include Henry Wadsworth Longfellow and William Cullen Bryant. And the rest of the members are John Greenleaf Whittier, James Russell Lowell, and Oliver Wendell Holmes Sr. The Hartford Wits were a group of young writers from Connecticut in the late 18th century. And the most important include John Trumbull, Timothy Dwight, and David Humphreys. The rest of the members include Joel Barlow and Lemuel Hopkins. The Knickerbocker Group was a somewhat indistinct group of the 19th century. They were American writers. Their members include Washington Irving, James Fenimore Cooper, and William Cullen Bryant. The Muckrakers were journalists and novelists of the Progressive era. They sought to expose corruption in big business and government. Most important members include Ida M. Tarbell and Upton Sinclair. The other two members are Ray Stannard Baker and Lincoln Steffens. The New York School. The first generation important members were John Ashbery, Barbara Guest, and James Schuyler. The rest of that generation was Kenneth Koch and Frank O'Hara. The second generation was Alice Notley and her husband, Ted Berrigan, Bill Berkson, and Ron Paget. The Bloomsbury Group was associated with British writers, intellectuals, and philosophers and artists in the early 20th century. Most important members were Clive Bell, Leonard Woolf, Ian Forster, and John Maynard Keyes. The other members were Lytton Strachey and Saxon Sidney Turner, Duncan Grant, and Roger Fry. The Harlem Renaissance was a period of cultural and artistic expression by African Americans in the 1920s and 30s. Most important members include Langston Hughes and Zora Neale Hurston. The other two are Countee Cullen and William Waring Cunny. The Beat Generation was a literary and cultural movement in the 1950s and 60s. It rejected mainstream society and embraced freedom of expression. The two most important members are Jack Kerouac and Allen Ginsberg. The other member is William S. Burroughs. The Lost Generation is a group of American writers who came of age during World War I and established their literary reputations in the 20s. Most important members are Ernest Hemingway, F. Scott Fitzgerald, John Dos Passos, and E.E. Cummings. The last member is Archibald MacLeish. That is all for the groups and schools.